Hello and welcome back. So this weekend was the Harry Potter celebration in Orlando, and Jam City was there. They had a booth and they were on at least 2 panels, I think, but one of them was live streamed. So I've been looking at that one and I thought I would give you a little rundown of what was being said on that panel. First of all, it is confirmed that the game will be free to play. You can download it and you can play through the game without paying anything. That said, there will likely be the option of paying money for some advantages. For example, you can probably pay instead of waiting for your energy to replenish when you're doing the tasks that I talked about in my last video. Your energy recharges on its own. It takes 5 minutes per energy point, but if you pay for it, you can get through classes faster. This is my assumption, but it makes sense based on what I know about games. They also said that the game is inspired by the Wizarding World. They made a fairly big deal of the word inspired, which I interpret to mean that they have been trying to keep close to J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World, but they may have taken some artistic liberties in order to make the game run smoother or make more sense or be more interesting. They hopefully haven't taken huge liberties, and from what I've seen, I recognize the world from the books, so I think we're pretty safe. They also told us that both Tonks and Charlie Weasley will be in your year. Charlie will be in Gryffindor, and Tonks is in Hufflepuff, I'm pretty sure. So I'm very excited. I almost want to pick Hufflepuff just to make sure that Tonks will actually be my friend, but we'll see. And it'll take place 7 years before Harry enters Hogwarts. So the game takes place between 1984 and 1991. So we will graduate a few months before Harry gets to Hogwarts. Often the most interesting thing about the panel is not what the panelists are saying on their own or when they're answering questions from the moderator, but it is the audience questions and the answers that are given to those. The audience questions for this panel were very interesting and I want to go through them. So one question was about representation, whether or not you can play the game as yourself if you are a person of color or gender neutral, for example. And the answer to the first part is yes. You can customize your avatar a lot when it comes to skin tones and hair color and eyes and face shape and everything. And they also pointed out that the cast in the game itself is very diverse, which I've also seen in the gameplay. There are, however, only 2 options for gender. You can be a witch or a wizard. In a way, I can understand that you only have 2 genders. It's easier that way. But what you can do, and which I have never seen a game that has done this, is that after you've picked male or female or witch or wizard, you still get all the same options for hair and for eyes and all of that, and for clothes. So even if you chose to be a wizard, you can actually wear a skirt, or you can have long hair. From what I've seen, Hogwarts Mystery doesn't do that, and I don't really expect it. Again, I have never seen that you can do that in any game. Granted, I don't play a lot of games, so there might be a lot of them out there. I don't know. Either way, I think that would be a very good way of including other genders. From what I've seen of the game, you also can't customize your body build, so you can't choose to be tall or short, or heavy or skinny, which I also think would have been fun if they'd included, because people look different ways, not only skin color or face shape, but your entire body as well. So including more than one body type, I think would have been good. Another interesting question was what the creators have done so that both hardcore fans and casual fans will be able to enjoy the game. Now I like this question because there are a lot of things that hardcore fans care about that casual fans don't necessarily. One of them, of course, being the notion that Slytherins are the bad guys. A casual fan might think that that is natural, that is the way it's supposed to be, whereas a lot of hardcore fans are very annoyed that Slytherin always gets such a bad rap. So in this game, your rival, Merilla, she is in Slytherin, and she is in Slytherin no matter what house you're in. I think it could have been fun if Merilla had actually changed houses depending on what house you chose, but I can understand that you have to cater a little bit to the casual fans that would maybe not have accepted that as believable off the bat. There were, however, hints that later in the game, there might be bad guys that come from other houses than Slytherin, and possibly also Slytherins that help you out, which makes it more believable, and I think it'll make hardcore fans enjoy the game more. I know that even though I have never been sorted into Slytherin myself, I always get annoyed when people assume that all Slytherins are evil, because that is just not the case. Speaking of good guys and bad guys, however, someone asked if you'll be able to play as a bad guy, and the answer to that is that you can make bad choices, which will cost your house points, of course, but it doesn't really seem that you can play the game as a villain. At the end of the day, you will be the hero, which makes sense because, you know, everyone is the hero of their own story. But for anyone who wanted to play the game and be a Death Eater, I don't think that that is going to be an option. And the last of the audience questions that I wanted to bring up is the one about whether or not this game can be a multiplayer game. I have seen that asked before in different places, and the answer is simply no. At the moment, at least, the game is strictly single player. Nothing you do will affect anyone else's storyline. And if you want to play with friends, you can sit beside your friends and play the game at the same time, but you can't play the game together. They did, however, say that they would like to add a social feature and they have things planned, but they didn't say anything about what or when or how or anything. But in a later version of the game, maybe we will actually be able to play with other people. But that is what I wanted to bring up about the panel itself. Now, I did also see that in their booth, Jam City had a riddle posted. The answer to this riddle is Ice Vault. And since your brother in the game was looking for the cursed vaults, I'm thinking this has probably got something to do with that. And just a few moments before I sat down to record this video, I saw that J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World here on YouTube have put up some gameplay footage on their channel. This is footage that was apparently shown during the celebration this weekend. And in that footage, you see a glimpse of what is probably this ice vault. Which leads me to assume that eventually in the game you will find these vaults and find out what is so special about them. Hopefully. So that was a fun little Easter egg, which makes me all the more excited to play this game. We don't have any new information about a release date yet. It is confirmed that it'll be released this spring, so I will be expecting it somewhere between March and May. Which is still a pretty big window, but it's my definition of spring. So yeah, I hope some of your questions were answered, and if not, let me know what else you're wondering. I probably don't have the answers, but I'm very interested to see what people are thinking about regarding this game. So that's what I had for now, but I will be back with more information about both this game and Harry Potter Wizards Unite. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later.